What's good, everybody? It is quarterfinal time in the World Cup in Russia. It has been an unbelievable World Cup so far, and the round of 16 was no different. We had some unbelievable matches, some last-second goals, some penalty shootouts. It had everything. It had absolutely everything in this round of 16. So we're going to break down the team of the round, the top 6 nations, some surprise matches, and the games that are coming up that you're going to want to keep an eye on in this World Cup in Russia. So we're back with Ultimate Fan Live. If you do not have the app, there's a link in the description below. You can download it, draft along with us, and all that fun stuff. Alright, so starting it off, you can see the whole team of the week up there beside us, but Cavani is going to be our first highlighted player. 163 points in the data scout. He played brilliantly for Uruguay. He got 2 goals for them, and what else can you ask for? That was all they needed for the victory. They may not have had the same level of possession, the same number of shots, really any category that was above Portugal in that match, but they did what they needed to do when it counted, and that was put the ball in the back of the net, and Cavani is a very big reason for that. In fact, Cavani is the person that put in both of those 2 goals in that one. Mbappe, 174 points, the highest scoring person in the data scout this week, and definitely deserving. He drew the penalty that got them the penalty. He drew the foul that got them the penalty kick early on. The Greason put in the back of the net. He got 2 goals for himself. He was so fast. Like, they could not keep pace with him. Absolute speed even in that match. A really brilliant match that he had there against Argentina to help get the 4-3 victory in that match. The other player, he's been on the team of the week, team of the round every single time, and that is Neymar. 157 points in that one. So Neymar, more goals for Brazil, playing well for Brazil. He's setting it up. He maybe is not getting as many, points, opportunities and stuff like that as I would like to see from him in this one, but he's scoring, and he's obviously putting up points from the data scouts, so that's pretty big in that one. So he's our 3rd highlighted player this week. Now, every week we have our moment of the week, player of the week. There was so many exciting moments in this one. From last second goals, the Colombia last second goal against England. That was pretty incredible. You thought that it was that. You thought England was going to get the victory, and in the end, obviously they won in penalty kicks, but you thought it was going to be could have turned everything around from there, and that header at the end of that one, that was a pretty incredible way to do it. The other big moment, though, and I think my biggest moment of the week, had to be that last second goal from Belgium. Crushing for the Japan side and the Japanese supporters, but Belgium really, they made use of that quick counter. Japan pushed up, Belgium came with their quick counter, and they put it in the back of the net. It was a really impressive play to watch. They set it up well. Lukaku, his little dummy pass over there to get it so that they could put it in the back of the net. Picture perfect. Everything that has got to be the moment of the week. Now the top 6 nations this week. The top nation, Spain, 1,495 points. So obviously they did not move on to the next round. They lost the match in penalty kicks to Russia, but still our highest scoring data scout team of the whole week in that one in the round of 16. Belgium in 2nd, Croatia in 3rd, England, Brazil, and Portugal rounding out the top one. So interesting. Spain at the top, Russia not even actually on the list, which is kind of surprising because Russia obviously the team that's moving on to the next round. So I think the surprise for me probably would be that Russia is not actually on that list despite coming up with the victory for Spain, and Spain is at the top of our nations for the Ultimate Fan Live data scout in that one. So some really great matches again in here, and with some very big surprises. Now, one of the biggest surprises I feel like out of this one had to be Spain versus Russia. Russia winning on penalty kicks 4-3. The home field advantage really is real for Russia right now. Spain, you were thinking, maybe that penalty showed De Gea, one of the top goalkeepers in the world. He's gonna make some saves. It didn't happen for them. In fact, that final save from the Russian goalkeeper was absolutely unbelievable. Getting it with his foot, just keeping it out of the net and saving the game for Russia, getting them the victory on that penalty kick. It was really incredible. It was something that was awesome to watch, amazing to watch there. One of my definite highlights of that round of 16. So Russia with a massive win and a big surprise victory over Spain. Uruguay beating Portugal despite Portugal outpossessing them, out-cornering them, out-everythinging them in that game. They ended up falling to Uruguay in that one. Cavani obviously mentioned earlier in the Team of the Week, a big part of that victory for Uruguay. And they're going on to the next round. They've eliminated Portugal, another big team out of the World Cup. The other big one, Belgium versus Japan. For a long time, you go on Twitter, you go anywhere, you're like, okay, nobody really thought Belgium was okay. Belgium's done. Belgium is doing the same thing they've done in a lot of World Cups in the past, and they're just not performing the way they should. And then all of a sudden, everything turns around. Belgium's tied the game. We have a last-second corner from Japan. They put it in. Courtois picks it up, puts the ball out, and they end up getting the victory. They're 3-2 over Japan. An absolutely massive performance there. So there you go. Those are our big surprise matches out of that one. A pretty incredible round of 16 to watch. Now, as we move into the quarterfinals, obviously every game is going to be huge. Every game is going to be important. This one, some big ones that we want to definitely highlight. We got Uruguay, France on July 6th. It's going to be a pretty fantastic match. I feel like France probably has what it takes to get the victory. They're really coming into form. They're playing a lot better than they were playing in the group stage, and I think that they probably could come out with the victory to go to the semifinals. One of the favorites coming in, a bit of a struggle in the group stage, but now they are ready, and that's going to be a big match to watch. Brazil and Belgium, July 6th, another pretty incredible match. Belgium, you know, it was a last-second win for them, but they're a very strong team, one of their best World Cup performances ever against Brazil, who's been up and down throughout this World Cup. So again, it'll be interesting. I feel that Belgium will get the victory, but it'll be interesting to see either way. Russia versus Croatia. Can Croatia finally be the team to find an answer to Russia? Can they stop Russia's incredible World Cup run in this one? And obviously the quarterfinal match we have is going to be the match between England and Sweden. Can England keep their big run going? Another team like Belgium that needed to step it up for this World Cup, needed to make some change on this World Cup, and is having a brilliant performance, just getting by into this round, into it on a penalty kick win, and it's going to be up top against Sweden. Sweden's the team that's took out some major competitors in this World Cup and on their road to the World Cup. But in any event, it's going to be a fantastic quarterfinal match. I'm excited. I cannot wait, and I hope you cannot wait as well. So get ready for some more World Cup action.